Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Cannonball Diva Chronicles, where uplifting the downtrodden is our focus. I'm Cannonball Diva. I'm a nurse practitioner and ICU nurse. Today, my focus is going to be talking about a story that highlights the traits of the narcissist. The story of Prophet Sylvester, Ofori, and Barbara Tommey. About 2 years ago, Prophet Sylvester Ofori and his wife, Barbara Tommey, were highlighted in the news after a bout of domestic violence stories had come out about him, which had led to him doing the unthinkable to his wife, killing her in cold blood in the public eye. The so-called Prophet Sylvester Ofori was known and said to have been very abusive towards his wife of, I believe, a few years. She herself had tried many times, according to the stories, to save her marriage, to no avail. After many years of trying, she now eventually gave up and came to the apartment that she shared with her then husband, Prophet Sylvester Ofori, to collect her prize and her documents. When she got there, she went accompanied by her brother, who had also gotten to the end of his patience about the way this so-called prophet was treating his sister. And the video, which I'm going to show you next, showed how the brother and Prophet Ofori had an altercation, where Prophet Ofori was tackled to the ground by her brother as he warned him severally to keep his hands off his sister, and that he should stand back as they collected her documents to leave the house, that he didn't come there to meet him or to see him or to get into a fight with him. Before leaving the scene in shame, Prophet Ofori uttered the words that would eventually damn him forever. He said, as he put his face very close to the brother, face to face, "If I don't kill your sister, then I am fake." The last words he would utter about the sister before he killed her, about a few days later, as she drove to work and alighted from the car in front of a place of work, which was the bank. As she stepped out of the vehicle and headed towards the door with her brother accompanying her, she heard her name being called out by the so-called prophet. As she turned around to see who it was, he shot her several times and walked towards her and finished it by shooting her head 7 times. This appears to be a story of someone who hated to hear no for an answer, as Barbara Tommey had told him that she no longer wanted to be married to him. And he had threatened her in the past, according to the stories, that if she ever left him, he would kill her. He had now made good on his promise by committing this damnable act against her. As the brother ran towards her, calling the police and the ambulance to come to her aid, they rushed Barbara to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The reason I am airing this story is for us to be able to put a picture on some of these actions of wicked narcissistic traits, which may lead to the life of the innocent being taken. This prophet now, this year, April 2023, was sentenced to death by lethal injection. The family are grieving and they're heartbroken by the eventual happenings to their dear beloved sister. I'd like to show you the story, like I said, just to highlight the traits and things that could eventually happen from this demonic trait that I've already mentioned in the past to you. In the next few weeks, 2 weeks to be exact, I'm going to be using stories to highlight what I have already spoken about in the last 2 weeks. I think it is better to highlight them through stories within the next 2 weeks than the one-on-one discussions that I've been having. As time progresses, we'll also highlight other topics of interest to you. But for now, please stay tuned.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
No. No. No, it's not okay, Barbara. It's not okay. You cannot defend him. It's not okay.
Call the cops.
Do you see what he just did? No, Barbara. No, Barbara, I'm tired of you. No, I'm tired of you now. No, absolutely not. Do you? I know, that I understand. I get it.
I'm not going to come down. We are not going to fucking come down. I came in here and I told you sit back. I told you we are not here to argue with you. Why did you fucking attack her? Why did you attack her?
Can you come down?
I'm not going to come down because you started this.
Can you let me go?
You're going to go to the other room and you're not going to come out.
Barbara, what about that one?
Fuck you up. I'm telling you.
Barbara, that folder.
That's a divorce document.
Get up and go to your fucking room.
No.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong
Barbara,
with you.
move.
Keep acting up, I'll fuck you up. No, try me.
All right.
Try me.
Okay.
Try me. All right. Try me.
No, it's all right. Why? It was unnecessary.
Don't give him the chance to bring these things.
Don't do that, Barbara. What if you came here by yourself?
But isn't this the same sister that you fucked up? What did I fuck up about my sister? What did I fuck up about my sister?
Perry, what did I tell you? Let him go in the room.
Perry, leave
Perry.
him alone. Perry, leave him alone.
He should go. We don't need this.
Okay. All right. But you are the same person who supported me at the wedding, right?
I'm supporting you at the wedding because you were fake. You were fake.
That's a
You
lie.
were lying.
Perry.
You were fake. You and everybody that follows you. You were fake. I
That's
supported
a
you because I thought you were different.
So now you
I
are
thought you
here.
are not like your family.
Support your sister.
Yes, I'm here to
The
support my
same
sister.
sister
And I'll
who
always
the
support her.
pastor told you that she was a witch.
Which pastor?
Am I
Name
right?
the pastor. Name that pastor. Which pastor told me my sister's
The same sisters.
Which pastor? Name the pastor. Is it you? You are a pastor. You. You don't know whether you are or not you are a pastor, my friend. Get the fuck out of here before I fuck you up. We didn't come here for you. We did not come here for you. Don't let me hurt you. Leave. We didn't come here for you. We came to get something.
Can I promise you something?
Promise me.
If I don't kill your sister, then me, I am free.
You got the video, right?
Yeah, I got
Right,
it.
call the cops.
No, it's
No, call the cops. Then, no.
Barbara, stop that.
Tanya, you don't play with threats like this. Jen, I'm calling the cops. No, you don't play with threats. Please call the cops. It should escalate. He's threatening you in front of me. He said he's going to kill you. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
All right, just make sure it's there so we can go. If that's it, let's go. Let's just get the hell out of here.
Is it it?
yeah.
Okay.
Make sure let's get out of here. We ain't coming here no more, Barbara. You lost all
You
this.
heard what he said?
Is there anything else you need to get? Barbara, we're done.
Whatever you want to get.
Yeah, we're done. Oh, you lost all this.
No, I'm gonna come back for it.
You gonna come back for what? No, it's okay. It's okay, Barbara. It's another debt that can be paid off. Debt is debt. You cannot replace debt with life, and vice versa. It's gone. This ain't yours no more. Imagine if you come here by yourself.
Even with us over here, he still attacked you. Fabian, don't play with these things.
Why is this a
You
joke to
may not
you?
want to have him arrested, but you have to make a
don't want
police
it.
report. You have to have a police report for future sake. The police need to make a report.
No, I'm gonna use this so you can get a restraining order.
Yeah. And make sure he's not coming in. Can you come look for my glasses, Fabian? I look for my glasses so I can make sure he's not coming in. It fell over there when we started.
Watch your car. Make sure he's not doing anything.
Oh, I'll fuck him up.
Don't go outside.
Mr. Ofori not only shoot his wife, but then stand over her body and put additional rounds into her head.
Ofori is pastor of this church, Floodgates of Heaven on Coburn Avenue in Orlando. No one answered the door here today, but on his Facebook page, Ofori calls himself a prophet.
He's got quite a social media following where he's, speaks to his followers and called himself a prophet and his followers.
After the shooting, police went to this apartment building on Raleigh Street where Ofori and Tommey had at one point lived together. Investigators say they brought the SWAT team and eventually found him in the home.
We had a good feeling that he was going to be in there. We don't believe there was any risk to the public or immediate danger to the public.
Police have not said what led up to the attack, but we are told Tommey and Ofori were getting a divorce. Court records also show that in 2016, Ofori was arrested for resisting an officer who responded to an argument between the two.
Someone committed a heinous act of violence towards a loved one, and there's unfortunately no excuse for that.
He was denied bond and held in custody until his next court appearance. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other delays, his trial did not start until April 2023. The police also released the CCTV footage of the shooting to the public and the media during his trial. The footage went viral on social media and sparked outrage and condemnation from many people who knew or followed Sylvester online. The police have not revealed the exact motive behind the killing, but they have said that it was not a random act of violence but a domestic-related incident. According to Barbara's family, Sylvester was angry and jealous that Barbara wanted to divorce him and move on with her life. They said that he had threatened to kill her several times before. Another disturbing piece of evidence is Sylvester's Facebook posts prior to the killing. He had posted several messages that hinted at his violent intentions and his resentment towards Barbara. For example, on September 7th, he wrote, "One thing people gotta understand about extremely kind, nice, and loving people is that their other side is just as extreme." On August 11th, he wrote, "Don't believe your friend that is telling you he saw me with another woman." On July 23rd, he wrote, "You can never truly understand something until it actually happens to you." The killing of Barbara Tommey shocked and saddened many people who knew her. Many people expressed their condolences to her family and friends and condemned Sylvester for his heinous act. Some people also questioned how he could call himself a pastor and a prophet while committing such a crime. Barbara's family announced that they would bury her on September 26, 2020, in Orlando. They said that they were in deep pain and grief and that they hoped that justice would be served for Barbara. Sylvester's defense argued that he was mentally ill and suffered from delusions and paranoia. They claimed that he was under the influence of drugs and alcohol at the time of the shooting. The jury deliberated for 2 hours and found Sylvester guilty of first-degree murder with a firearm. The judge then sentenced him to death by lethal injection, as per Florida law for capital crimes. Sylvester showed no emotion or remorse as he received his sentence. Barbara's family and friends expressed their relief and satisfaction with the verdict and the sentence. They said that they hoped that Sylvester would face God's judgment for his crime. Our deepest condolence to the family of Barbara Tommey. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Thanks for watching. Please stay.
And there you have it. This is what could result from emotional instability and the refusal of a person to get or seek the help that they need. I believe that there's help for anyone in a toxic relationship. And I also believe there's help for those perpetrating the toxicity in the first place. There's no excuse for anyone to lose their lives over feelings. Because at the end of it, the narcissist or whoever is perpetrating evil because of the lack of control or because of losing control over someone can bring that feeling under control itself by seeking the help they need. There are many therapists out there that could help. That is your job, to be able to walk that person through different programs that will bring them back to reality. That no one should be put or subjected to complete control by another human being. That is not what God has planned for us as human beings. Because even God himself has given us free will to do as we please, and just guides us along and leads us in the right path. I hope that these stories have highlighted more some of the traits I mentioned. In the next few weeks, we're going to be highlighting the stories that bring the discussions I've had in the last 2 weeks more into focus. I think it's better that way. And as time progresses, we'll also highlight other stories that might be of interest to you. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Cannonball Diva Chronicles. I hope you all have a great day out there. Stay blessed.